Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Sarcasm City Sports Q&A. Apologies on the delay, people. My apologies, but I'm here. I am in the building. Big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to everybody who's supporting as always. And for those that haven't seen the Sarcasm City Sports Q&As before, it's where the comment section, you lot in the comment section run the show, people. So get your comments, get your questions in. Any sport that you want to ask about. It can be football, basketball, boxing, tennis, F1, NFL, whatever sport you want to ask about. Get your questions in, people. Get your questions in. And if you are a member of the channel as well, your questions, your comments take priority like a super chat. So if you're a member, I will star your question and I will get to it. And of course, if you super chat, I will get straight to your comment or question as well. Let's bump up the likes. Let's bump up the likes. Already over just under 30 of you lot in here. Only at 10 likes. Let's bump that up now over 30. Let's double that. Let's get up to 20 likes. Please share this across all the socials. And on top of those two things, subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV as well. My like Victor is in the building. Yes, Victor, what are you saying? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm all good. Can't complain. Can't complain.
Yeah, man. And shout out to Victor as well. He was holding it down on the Twitch as always with the F1. So if you're a fan of F1, you have Victor F1 watch alongs, also F1 Grid Free podcast with himself, Timo and Taz are discussing all things F1 as well. Big up to Warrior J, big up Shikar, big up to, so smash the likes and subscribe, people, pay the Sarcasm City tax. Please make sure you do. Yeah, Black Diamond, I got you as well. Big up to Warrior J as always. Big up Adam, big up to Jerry who says, who is Axel DISASI? He's a centre back from Monaco that both Manchester and Newcastle have been linked with as well. Shout out to Pels as well, says love a Sarcasm City midnight stream. Good to have you in the building. Warrior J goes on to say, understand, Bayern have submitted a second offer now. New offer, 80 million plus add-ons. First 70 million plus add-ons was rejected. Harry Kane, he definitely wants to join Bayern now, and that source is at Plenty Goal. And I seen as well, Fabrizio Romano quote tweeted that as well. To Jason, the cool kid who says, I wonder why we're not in for Lavia, because we make foolish decisions. Eddie says, can anyone apart from City win the league next season? No. It's theirs. I don't know why people are getting not gassed up. I think people are living in hope. Me and her, Sam, have had this conversation on a few occasions, and it's just hope. Anyone who doesn't think City are going to win the league is just hope. When people are like, oh, they can't go again to get the fourth one, they won't be motivated. They've lost Gundogan, they could lose Bernardo Silva, the replacements might not be that good. All those things could be true, but somebody got to catch them. As I keep saying, and nobody to me is equipped right now to catch them. Somebody has to have a 12 out of 10 window, whether that's Manchester United, whether that's Liverpool, whether that's Chelsea, whether that's Arsenal. And I don't think any of those teams have had a 12 out of 10 window, or will have a 12 out of 10 window, even though I believe all the sides I've mentioned have done some good business. Big up to Chinlu as well. But yeah, you look how to me get your questions in. But yeah, on the Bayern situation, that's why I put Harry Kane to Bayern Munich. That's why I put it in the title, as well as Manchester United and Newcastle being interested in Axel DISASI. It seems Bayern are pretty committed. They made a second bid. How much it is going to be, I'm not sure. Warrior J said it says Harry Kane definitely wants to join Bayern. That'd be a great move for him. He should go. What are you saying about it, Victor?
Yeah, I agree. He should leave Spurs. I guess it's about time that actually starts like doing something to leave.
Yeah.
Spurs, because he's been throwing around it for too long now, and it's probably the right time for him to go. He's almost 30. Um, like at least go win a trophy, man. Go like put stuff on your CV. Like a few Bundesliga titles, like is better than what you had before. So yeah, and obviously none of the teams right now, like probably team two need a striker. Like Levy's not willing to sell to a discounted price as Bayern Munich. So the Bayern stuff does kind of make sense. And this is probably his easy league where he bungalow goals. Like I think him and Lewandowski are probably on like the same level personally.
Yeah, sure.
So I think he'll probably would do a lot better. He'll do a lot well. And yeah, and Kuwait trophies. They're also challenge for Champions League next year. Like you never know. So
yeah. That's something I was going to add to what you said in terms of when you mentioned the trophies and you said Bundesliga, which is true. You're also going to be in the last stages of the Champions League as well, and Bayern will probably invest. And in the next 2 to 3 years, Bayern are always at least top 3, top 4 favorites for the Champions League. They're always in and around it. So it definitely makes sense for him to make the move. We'll see if it gets done as well. Big up to Zaya. Good to see members in the channel. Big up to here today. It says City 65%, Liverpool 15%, Arsenal 15%, 5% the field to win the Premier League next year. I think 65% is very generous to the rest of the league. City, I think people forget that they just won a treble. I think just because it wasn't a team that's loud on social media, we don't hear about it. But what they just accomplished was exceptional. And another thing as well, who mentioned this? Saint mentioned this. And he said not only did they win the treble, they were favorites to win the treble. Like, that's how good they are. Like, I'm old enough to remember when United won the treble. We were not favorites for that treble, people. Arsenal had won the league before in 98. Very, very good side. We got drawn in the group of death at that point because we was in a group with Bayern Munich and Barcelona. And I think the other team was Brøndby. And then we played Inter Milan in the quarterfinals. And that was Inter Milan with Brazilian Ronaldo. And we played Juventus, who were our top-notch side. And then we played Bayern Munich again in the final. And that Juventus was Del Piero, Zidane, Edgar, David, Inzaghi. I think Conte might have even been in that team as well. But yeah. Like, people, it's all good, fam. People forget, like, how good they were. And it pains me to admit it, but that's just the facts of the matter. And to this, Adam MUFC says, why are City splashing so much on Vardiol? I thought their defense was good. Their defense is good, but it's about improving. You still don't, just because you're at the top of the mountain doesn't mean you rest on your laurels. Like, you have to go again and improve, and that motivates everybody else as well. Like, oh, the manager's serious, the club's serious. It's not we win a treble, we're the best team, let's just chill. No, we try and improve. And is Vardiol an improvement on Ake? Yes. And I thought Ake had a very, very good season. He was very impressive for them. But Vardiol's a better defender on paper. So imagine if you put Vardiol in that system and it works. And then you got competition. Vardiol might be on the bench and it's Ake starting, or vice versa. And he's definitely an improvement on Laporte as well. I hope they don't get Vardiol. I'm not trying to see him there. And I'm not trying to see that. Hey, big up to Kaneki as well, who says top 4 next season is City winning the league again, Chelsea, Liverpool, and 4th between Newcastle and Arsenal. United ain't going anywhere with Martin Bruno, with Maguire refusing to leave. I don't worry about Maguire refusing to leave because he's not going to play anyway. So I'm not even fussed about that. But I can City will win the league. And then for the rest, I need to wait until the transfer window's closed. It's all dependent on that. Where we at? Warrior J says, Victor, thoughts on the Cole? Is it Colwell? Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, Colwell.
Is it Colwell? But it's spelled Will. Anyway, thoughts on the Colwell situation?
I don't know what exactly situation to talk about because there's a lot of situations going on with Colwell right now.
Yeah, Warrior J, elaborate, but go on.
Yeah, elaborate. Yeah, but I guess he's talking about there's him being linked to Liverpool, and then there's him. Like, it was after they won the Euros. Congratulations to them. He was doing a live, and then Noni was like, I'll bring him back, and then he kind of like shrugged him over, like, I'm not trying to listen to that kind of thing. But then, and now the body language analysts are trying to say he doesn't want to come back, he wasn't going to come back or something weird like that. Yeah, I don't see him going anywhere personally. I think he's just that good. Like, we saw him in the Euros, and the fact that every big team is linked with him, like, it probably is a sign that we should keep him. And he's definitely good enough to go in our starting 11. He's definitely good enough to start starting our team. So I don't see no problem why we should sell him. And all reports have come out saying that he's not for sale this summer. Like, he's not for sale. So yeah, he's not leaving. Chelsea clearly waiting highly. Poch clearly waiting highly. Yeah, links would just be links, and I think he will probably stay. I don't know about extending his contract though, but I think he will stay for the rest of the season. Him and Poch just need to speak and like me in the middle ground and be like, what am I going to be doing for the rest of the season? Am I going to be holding bench, or am I going to be playing consistently? Because if he's holding bench, he'll just happily go to Liverpool and like start playing there, or go to Brighton. But if he's playing consistently, he probably will stay and sign a new deal.
Yeah. I hear you first. Ahmed, big up to you. Taz is in the building. Black Diamond's in the building as well. But since you've joined, this Colwell situation, thoughts on it, like in regards to the speculation?
I mean, to me, it's just a nothing bagger. You know what I mean? This man, them trying to do, hype up stuff. And the guy just won a World Cup. Our European trophy, I should say, for under 21s. I don't know if Manda want to be hearing about, we're gonna be coming back to Chelsea soon or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? You just want to celebrate, bro. So it is what it is, really. He's got 3 years left in his contract. You've got the power of the situation here, and the thing is, he's probably going to be our starting left side centre back when the season starts because Badia Shea was injured until September. So
what's the injury before you continue?
I think it was a hamstring, something like that. It was either
Okay.
one. So he's going to be out until early September. So he's going to have to start the season for us anyway. So he knows he's going to be getting and guaranteed game time from the beginning. So as long as him and Poch have a conversation, I'm pretty sure the club are going to overpay for him in terms of wages. I wouldn't be surprised if they, because the club believed for him from day one, even when Tuchel was like willing to let him go to Brighton for a sale. So listen, he's here to stay. I'm seeing Ryan. You've seen him doing the most group chat. Keeps sending these little.
Do you think I pay attention to that group chat I was playing for the show? That's on mute, fam. Any group chat I'm in with Ryan is straight mute. You know what I'm saying? And I check when I have to, like the day before. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, Ryan also said Bellingham was coming, and Bellingham is yeah. So anything Ryan says, just don't listen to it. It's just Ryan things. So it's,
But yeah, man, it doesn't matter, man. At the end of the day, hopefully he'll stay. He'll be a star left centre back.
He'll stay, man.
Him and Badio Shaw will be good competition anyway. So who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, first, Taz is in the building. Yes, Taz, what are you saying? You good?
Yo, what's good? Can you hear me?
Bless. Yeah. Here you are. Good. Black Diamond, what are you saying? You blessed?
Yeah, I'm cool, brother.
Yeah, man. You lot continue to bump up the likes as well because we're only at 15 likes and there's over 45 of you lot in the building. 18 likes, sorry. Let's get up to 30 likes, people. Like, check 1212, man. When you enter the city of Sarcasm, pay the toll. Please share this across the socials so we can bump the numbers up to over 50, over 60, 70 people in here as well. And on top of those things, subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't. And yeah, get your questions in, especially members. And like I said, if you're a member, I will get to your question. If you super chat, I will get to your question as well. As one surefire way to make sure your question gets answered. So I don't think I'm ignoring anybody because I'm not. Let's see what else you lot are saying.
Can I add something to the Colwell situation?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, go
on. So again, as Victor was saying, people was reading the guy's body language. Obviously, he has an agent. And as Ahmed said, he has 3 years on the contract. He wants to be guaranteed playing time. At the same time, there are a whole heap of teams that want him. So, to me, he needs to make a decision. If he comes out and say it in front of Madrid, yeah, I'm definitely coming back. That might detract other teams from pursuing him. So it's either he sits down with Chelsea. I don't think Oli and or whoever is the hierarchy is prepared to keep anybody that doesn't want to stay. So they could either really bullshit a contract now, where they could get a higher fee for him if he decides to go, or he feels that he's up for the challenge. So it's not definitely he's here to stay. There's decisions to be made, but nobody wants to keep a player that mind is distracted, I think.
Yeah. What's this body language thing? What did I miss? What actually happened?
So after the Euros final, there was a live, and then Madueke was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make sure I bring him back. Like, we're going back. I'm gonna make sure I bring him back."
No stress.
So I think someone's playing the stream.
Yeah, Diamond, don't worry about it. It's all good. Go
on. So he was like, obviously, because obviously under contract negotiations, I know it's the teams want him, so he was like, it's kind of like shrugging him off, being like, shut up, like, stop talking about, like, trying to push him off from the conversation. So what people were reading it basically was that he doesn't want to be here, like he's just trying to make a move, and if he says that, oh yeah, I'm coming back, like. It's just gonna, like Black Diamond said, it's just gonna put teams off him. Like Liverpool probably not gonna bid for him. And Courtois, by the way, Courtois did the exact same thing after the World Cup. Was like, oh, I'm going back home to London, and then went to Madrid like a few weeks after. So I wonder how the body language analyst people analyze that one. But still,
yeah. People doing way too much. Like I said, a player can say he's staying and then he dips, and then a player can say no, I'm on the move, and then he ends up there. Like we've seen this happen many a times with so many different players. People doing too much, man. people doing way too much. But like Ahmed said, if Badashile is injured, why would you not stay at Chelsea? Because you're guaranteed game time. Like, I don't get why he wouldn't. I'm confused as to what the motive is for the move, especially with someone like Poch, who can develop players as well. Warrior J goes on to say it's Onana week for Manchester United. Negotiations will continue with the final round in order to submit official bid and get deal done. Expect agreement to be done by Wednesday/Thursday. That's from Fabrizio Romano. Over the moon about that. Get the goalkeeper in, improve the team,
Alhamdulillah.
and move on. Thoughts? Go on, Taza. Floor's yours.
Hey, but just like Khabib said, Alhamdulillah. Mashallah. There's, I just want to praise God. That's what it is. What they say, God did. Hey, God did, bro. Then Gaddafi gone. Mashallah. And we get a new progressive ball-playing goalkeeper, bro. This is and all you guys that are crying about De Gea and all those people that blocked me because I was calling out De Gea and he gets too much disrespect. Hold that, man. Hold that. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that this guy's gone. Now we're getting a new goalkeeper, like the exact opposite of what De Gea is. So I'm just so glad, man. So glad. And like it almost like it hasn't hit me yet. Like the De Gea stuff, the him leaving has hit me, but us getting Onana hasn't hit me really, because like for United, it's almost too good to be true, because we never do things like this. Like we know we had to get rid of De Gea because he was ass, right? And then to get rid of him when we needed to get rid of him, and get one of the best goalkeepers in Europe to replace him that same window. When is the last time we've ever done that? Like, it's actually crazy. So, I'm really happy.
Ahmed,
over the moon.
Ahmed, Mutaza, it's a recurring situation there, because Ten Hag said he really wanted Ronaldo to stay. Ronaldo's out. He said on multiple occasions he really wants to get to stay. The guy's out. Now he's saying there's really a place for Maguire if he wants to. Hey, that's next. And that is, people have been calling for us to be ruthless. Yes, I believe Ten Hag needs a competent DOF over him, but he is making ruthless decisions. That goal we conceded in the FA Cup final, the look on his face, you knew it. That was like, this MFI is out. He's out. He's gone. So there's some good indications.
Yeah. So so I was reading up on this. Like the Athletic released an article. So apparently the timeline with the whole Daya thing. So he got offered a contract and it was agreed between the club in like I think it was February, March time. So if you remember, Luke Shaw, the same thing. And he got his contract signed. It was announced. Dalot, the same thing. So the manager signed off on those. So what happens is in Ten Hag's contract, a player that Ten Hag wants, he can go to the board and try and get it approved. But the owners have a veto on that. And also vice versa. So if the owners try and go and get some player, Ten Hag has a veto on that. So both parties have to agree and sign off on the final thing before going through. So when the report came out that there was a verbal agreement, so Ten Hag was against it the whole time. So that's why it was a holdup. That's why you saw Luke Shaw and, as I said, Dalot's contract getting signed, not his. So the whole way up until the FA Cup final, the club were for it, but Ten Hag was against it. But then what happened is FA Cup final. But if you remember, in that short period, the Sevilla game happened, the West Ham game happened, and the fucking FA Cup final. So he had like a terrible couple weeks, right? So then the club were against it. So then as you saw, as we read the reports, the contract was just pulled. Like we just took it away. So fair play to the manager on that. So very happy that throughout the whole time. I've been calling him a generational liar. Go on my tweets. I've been tweeting, bro. This guy, and I love it. He just lies in his press conferences. I love it. Like he lies for all the right reasons. Like he's not He's smart because why
Yeah.
would you want to try and sell something, right? You want to try and get rid of
Exactly.
it. Why would you
Yes.
go out there and bash it and decrease all the value? Like, there's
Yes.
no point. So
All managers, and the thing is crazy about this. All top managers do this. All
Yeah.
managers do this. Every
Yes.
single one. And people, it's not a shot. It's smart. This is why I don't take what managers say as gospel. Because I understand what you're doing and you have ulterior motives, which I'm happy about you having ulterior motives, because the ulterior motive is to do what's best for the football club. In this case, Ten Hag at Manchester United. So when he was bigging up De Gea and saying he's my number one, he's a great goalkeeper, that doesn't mean he can't be sold. Same way what you said about Taz, or what he said about Cristiano Ronaldo. Somebody put it in the chat. He said Maguire is a magnificent captain. He's made Maguire fifth choice centre back. So, you know, that tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, he
Maguire's
said
fifth choice.
Maguire's achieved a lot in his career, so that was funny. But you know, the thing is,
As RSV has said, he
I'm
gives
surprised,
politically correct answers.
United fans are like in shock with this. Oh, but he's saying this in his press conferences. Like Fergie used to do this all the time, but because we had Jose who just said it what it is in the press conferences, and we had a Make-A-Wish kid in Ollie. Like, people are just so shocked about, you know, what managers say in press conferences and taking that for gospel. Like, Ollie was just like dumb, and Jose's just he
Jose's
doesn't
just
know.
Jose. Chelsea.
Jose's just Jose.
Yes, Lewis. Yes, family. You good?
Big up.
So
got my brother.
that's why people
Hello,
just like overreacting to this shit. So like I'm
And every time Jose spoke out, Jose got sacked. So I've seen somebody that's saying they agree with Jose's approach. No, you don't. Give the politically correct answer, but be ruthless behind the scenes.
Yeah, because
Simple.
Jose's approach, it worked for his time period. It don't work for now.
it's
You know
not
what I'm saying?
sustainable.
That whole criticizing players publicly, he could do that. Like when players were different, you have to cuddle players now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's legit.
It's not even
what
show the players, to be
you
honest.
have to do.
It's not
You
even
have
show the
to.
players.
If you criticize a player now, when's the last time a manager at a top club criticized the player publicly and then that player turned around their phone?
It barely
It don't
happens.
happen. It barely happens. But then again, if you look at Karim Benzema, if Ancelotti would have said what Benzema said to Vinicius Jr., do you think he would have got that response? I don't think so, because I think it would have been a different response to Ancelotti saying that would have been different. Look at what Benzema said about him. Yo, he's playing against us.
Oh.
And then look what happened after that. Like I wish Dennis was in the chat because he'll know. But to me, I swear the form coincided. After he said that, Vinicius Jr.
Yeah,
not
the
picked
form
up his
immediately
form.
changed after that.
Yeah, so it's like sometimes
Ironically,
you do that.
Liverpool came across literally after
Not
that.
immediately afterwards.
It wasn't
But
immediate, but he was
started
there.
to show signs, to be honest, that
He got better after that moment. Because here's the thing: is if he would have
It was
got
within
worse,
the
people
season.
would have blamed Benz. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like everyone's different. Some people respond better to criticism. Some people respond better to praise. And but it seems more players are to praise than that. Camille says Pep called out his players. Yeah, you can do that if you're Pep.
Yeah.
And even Cancelo we got rid of. You know what I'm saying? And that. But when did he call out Walker and KDB? What did he say?
Yeah, he said that.
I missed that.
What
did he say?
When did they do that though? Because
I think it was in like I think it was October, November time when they weren't really doing well.
Yeah, bro.
The story about Poch calling Kane fat once and saying he wasn't pulling his weight.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But it's the thing though. Like Poch never said these type of things in public though. Like I know, like Hellerman don't know this, but him and what's it called, and Vertonghen or Toby, they weren't getting along in the background like that after a couple of good seasons. Of course, but he was never slating them in the media because you don't want these type of situations. Like both Jose and Conte have talked about how Dyer is a world class centre back if he reaches his potential in the open media. Like you see what I mean? Like, and funny enough, for them it worked out because in both periods, he happened to have good form. Under Conte, it was longer than under Jose, but he had the good form. Eventually, he went back to his shit period. So yeah, man, like managers like all the time, people like it's not a new thing. It's not like newsflash or anything.
And if we look at the approaches, let's all understand that we had people like John O'Shea and whatnot, and they were meaty ballers, but Fergie made them feel like superheroes, and it worked. And relative to what Pep did, Pep didn't do like what Jose did. Jose actually dress down people, embarrass people in the media. Pep basically said about Walker and KDB, if at this point in time certain players aren't clicking, we have other players to fill the gap.
So he
So it
didn't
was
name
just
drop.
like a weaker call. Exactly. It wasn't anything to embarrass people,
Yeah, he
So
didn't name drop. He didn't name drop, did he? Did he name
exactly.
drop? I didn't think so. Because if he would have name drop, I
He
know that
was
would have been a
asked
talking point.
he was asked relative, like he would ask, do you think Walker could do the job coming up against Bayern or whatnot? And basically we'll see if he can't, we have players to fill the gap for different philosophies, different methods against different teams. So he disguised it well. So it wasn't, addressed down like what Jose did.
Yeah.
Which is the funny part, because I think Jose did it last season, even with a player. He was talking in an interview after a draw. He was talking about how one player has betrayed the team with the attitude of the how they played, and then 6 months later, see it or not, the guy got kicked out of the club.
Zaniolo.
No, it wasn't Zaniolo. It was a fullback in the team.
Oh, was Zaniolo? I thought it was Zaniolo. That's when he had beef with Zaniolo.
No, Zaniolo didn't really have beef with Jose. The issue was the game time. Yeah, now the other guy, the funny enough, the other guy never wanted to leave Roma, but because he got on Jose's bad side and he couldn't stay in the toxic environment, he had to leave. So
Yeah, first. You know what I'm saying?
It's what it is.
I hear you from. I hear you. Large up
Hey,
everyone.
go the frogs, I see you, go the frogs.
Large up everyone
Go
that
the
is
frogs.
tapping. Go on.
That type of comments they given in the chat there, that's only reserved for Lewis to do. Not you. Lewis has the rights to do same. Man said Money
Yeah, I
Base
see.
is the greatest player to hold in number 7.
Yeah, cool. Well and good.
I mean, in recent history,
Don't
That's
worry,
what
bro.
Lewis did.
Shirt's coming, man. Shirt's coming.
These
run
types of
me my
comments
shirt,
are
man.
not supposed to
I
get
got you this season's one for the fucking DAPS party. I'll bring that one for that.
Oh yeah. Bless up, appreciate it. But yeah, run me my Mount shirt as well, 100%. That's because that's next season's shirt, right?
Yeah. The mount won't be next season.
Hey, where's mine?
Cool. What I'm saying.
Oh, you want a mount shirt too? All right, cool.
No. It's not that I want one. You said you would get me one as well.
All right, yeah, you can have a mount shirt.
Yeah.
Appreciate
I was
it.
just.
Cool,
No,
good.
I also
Cool,
said I'll
good.
take a shit on it when you give it to me. So I'm just waiting for that.
You're gonna shit on the United. You know what? Fair enough. Go for it, man.
Bro,
Yeah.
Why would I
you
stop?
have to just watch the shirt more. Just get rid of
Yeah,
it.
I'll put Jez's. I'd put Jez's.
Yeah, wash
picture
it
on
and
it as
shit
well.
on it again.
So
Yeah,
I'd
I'm
put
just taking
Jez's
Angie, what's
picture
it called?
on the United badge, and then
Damn,
Okay.
God damn,
Alright,
like,
you
just-
too much.
damn,
Alright,
just
bro,
get-
like,
relax.
it's
Yeah,
just-
no,
it's
no.
just- it's just-
Relax.
it's
Yeah,
just-
no, that's crazy. No,
Damn.
my bad.
Relax.
You know, if you want to see
Hey.
shit on a mount shirt, just watch a United game next season.
Facts.
Hey, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Hey, love to everyone who is locked in currently. Continue to get your questions in as well. Members, get your questions in. This is your time. You want to join the membership? Link is in the pinned comment because your comments take priority like a super chat. If you do indeed super chat, I will get straight to your questions as well. We're
Can I say
currently
real
at,
quick?
how many likes before you go,
Oh,
Jez? 1 second.
oh,
Roll out. Yeah,
37.
roll out. 37 likes, man. Let's bump that up. 50 likes, people. Get us up to 50 likes. And hit the subscribe button as well. We're at 7,140. So we've had one new sub, so big up. But now we need to get to 7,145 people. Looking for 5 more subscribers. 5 more subs. Yeah, go on, Jez. Say what you're saying.
Oh, I just wanted to quickly say, this year on the title, the Kane thing, I think he stays with Tottenham. But whether he's going to leave on a free or that's new contract's another thing. But I think he's going to stay now, personally.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Bayern is actually going to put the money up front what Levy's asking for, I'll be honest. Because the reports were saying they were going to significantly increase their bid, the second bid. And then it was just a 10 million increase in euros. Mission pounds, so they went from 60 million to 68 million pounds. If they think this is going to satisfy Levy to even see, the funny thing is, we talking about 100 million euros. Oh, he's going to accept it. I'll be honest. 100 million bid comes in. The conversation is going to be like, yo, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. How's your day been and stuff shit like that. Not even like to the final stages, the advanced talks. No, like these these are the early stages for the 100 million bid. So
Yeah.
I feel like again, Levy's playing a dangerous game, which I 100% agree with. But in the same time, it's like the Napoli owner or Sherman. they're very similar in terms of how they deal with their sales. Like they would rather see the whole team leave on the free than sell their players, which is not really the greatest things to do. But I feel like Bayern are just pissing off, leave it to the point where they're saying, like, you know what? Because I'm a petty fuck, I'm not selling to you, man, even if it means he leaves on the free, which is kind of stupid.
But Jazz, do you think that they're ready? Because I don't think Kane is going to go for anything less than £100 million. But do you think that Bayern is trying to get him to hand in a transfer request?
Oh, 100%. I think every club that wants Kane this summer, I think every club that wants Kane this summer wants him to put in a transfer request. But people got to remember, he never put an official transfer request even back when City wanted him. He only said, yo, I want to leave. What happened to the gentleman's agreement? Stuff like that. But he never put a transfer request in. So I don't think he gets ever to the point where, like, I put in a hand transfer request in, like, okay, like, I just leave in the season then on a free then. I don't think he will do it. I just don't think he will do it. And even then, even if he puts a transfer request in, Levy can still say fuck no, because Bayern didn't pay the money. And to be honest, we saw an unhappy Harry Kane already at Tottenham. I don't think Levy cares too much if it's going to be a second time. Like, he just stands.
And there was this major pundit. Oh my God, I can't remember the man's name. He's well known. Oh my goodness. But he was basically saying that Kane would be crazy to leave now when he's only 47 goals behind.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw a song where,
and that why go and win a Farmers League trophy when you could get that record. But my mind was blown at that statement that somebody could be so ambitious to find that a record supersedes trophies.
One question, but what's that person that came from, whoever said the person, was it from the UK?
Yeah. I can't remember his name.
I don't know who his name was
in the 60s.
But you know what? That already gives you the reason, because because the narrative for Kane is that breaking the record is more important than going to the Bundesliga and win the Bundesliga, because for the English people, they would care about it. But for people outside from England, they don't really care about Kane like that unless he goes and succeeds. So, of course,
but he has the opportunity to win a Champions League also.
Sorry?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it would also give him the opportunity to win a Champions League also.
Yeah, of course. If it's a whole different situation if he ends up winning the Champions League, if he goes by. Of course, then they will start caring. But to the people in England, I think it's more important for Kane. For them, they think breaking that record is a more important thing than winning a couple of Bundesligas. This is how they view it. And whatever you think is wrong or right, I think it's wrong. But again, this is what we're talking about: media agendas. The agenda. There's a clear agenda.
Jez is actually spot on there. I remember.
Hey, good night, Prime. I didn't know you was on. Good night, Mr. Prime.
Big up, Prime. Oh, I'm good. Good, Diamond. Hi, everyone. I remember. I think last week I was on a stream, and I was either talking with Spurs fans or with City fans, and they were trying to tell me that, Kane breaking the Premier League record is better than going to win the Bundesliga. Like, who cares about the Bundesliga? And I was like, okay, but he can also win the Champions League over there. Like, isn't winning trophies better than just holding
100%?
That's going to get broken in a few years anyway by Haaland or someone else. Like, it's, but English fans don't. It's because they just don't care about other leagues, that they just don't seem to care. I've spoken to people where, like, for example, the signing of Sandro Tonali, Newcastle have made. I've spoken to other fans who have said that they don't think that's a great signing, or they don't rate the likes of Barella or Tchouaméni, etc., because they play in other leagues and they're not Premier League proven. Like, it's stupidity.
That's just plain, Prime. That's just plain ignorance from people like that. Big up to Lee Gunner, and I'm just saying, man, big up to Lee Gunner in the chat. In a typical Lee Gunner statement, he says, "Big up the guy. Kane will stay at Spurs. He's a serial loser. The only reason English people care about the record is because Shearer is on TV every weekend banging on about it." I hear you. People overhype it.
Lee Gunner is my brother, boy. The white ransom. The white
not
rats,
really,
my brother boy.
Big up, big on. I kind of disagree with the first one, to be honest. Unless he does sign a contract at Tottenham.
Well, you think he will, right?
Yeah, I think he will.
Yeah,
Because I
I
feel
think he will too.
like I said,
agree.
I don't think he has like the dog in him. That's why I don't really believe he goes to Chelsea. Would I be surprised? No, but I don't think he has the dog in him. But the second part, yeah, I 100% agree with the second part. Is the English bias, bro. Like breaking the record is more important for the English people, no, for him. Like they will view him breaking the record as like winning like a Champions League. But in reality, when you look at his accolades at the end of his career, it's not going to show a Champions League. That it just says, "Yo, you broke the record."
It won't show anything.
Exactly.
Already has a Premier League.
That's why.
Mikel Antonio, he's won the UEFA Conference League. Both of those players are not even half the player of Kane, and he's done nothing.
And this is what I'm saying. But again, but Brown, this is what it comes to. People would rather see people, and this is not people, everyone. I'm talking specifically like specific people in the media and their biases would rather see Kane break the record than even winning a Europa League. This how far I'm talking about. And let's be honest, if Kane wasn't English, but he was this far with the record, there would be talking more about his record. There would be talking more about how he hasn't won a trophy than the record, to be honest. Because they want to make sure that if it's a guy that breaks the record, at least the guy's English.
Yeah,
it's all biases. It's all biases.
Yeah, it's big up here today. Hey, Lee, you're hilarious with that last one. I can't even say that, but yeah, that's hilarious. But here today says, yeah, that's crazy. Where's Surfer when you need him? But here today, will Levy take an 80 to 85 million bid from Bayern? Now, I think Levy will only accept anything 100 or north of 100 million.
Yeah,
even the year left in his deal. I legit believe Levy would rather lose him on a free than sell him.
Yeah, I agree
legit.
too.
I
don't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I say that in terms of bid, he's not selling him. He's not selling him for anything less than 100 million.
I agree.
Yeah, correct.
The reason I say that is because I think the fear of him going to Chelsea will kill him. And
but this is the thing. Like
if 90 to 100 comes in, I think he goes then. That's a big if though.
Yeah,
it's gonna be no, and then again, the stuff like adults and shit like that, like they need to be not only high but achievable. But I'll be honest, and we had the conversation last night on our show, and I was talking about. I think he knows that Kane can potentially go to Chelsea, but he's running the risk. He's running the risk. Like he's going with the high reward in hoping that he signs the contract, or worst case scenario, he goes worst case scenario and he goes to Chelsea. But he's playing the game. Is it a dangerous game? It's a fucking dangerous game. Like it's like
he's stepping off the standards, bro.
It's like walking on nails, barefoot. Like this is the type of game he's playing. But he's hoping that he still gets through it to the end and Kane signs the contract regardless.
Facts. And to Shakar here, who says trophy over personal records. Football is a team sport. If personal trophies matter to Kane, he should go play tennis with Andy Murray or something. And that's what, even outside
100%.
of this Kane situation, this is why I always bang on about when it comes to players. Like people are like, oh, such and such is so great, and this individual scored this amount of goals or gets assists or this or is world class. And what did the team win? Tell me, because it's a team sport. That's what I always say. What did the team win? Yeah, go on.
I want to have.
And another thing I'm seeing now,
but people ain't ready for that. Well, yeah, go on.
No, we'll have it in a second. Give me a second. Let me just run through.
Another thing I'm seeing two sets of outrage online. The first one is, and that is why I don't know. For a young person, Jazz is really a logical Spurs fan. The outrage by Spurs fan based on Poch's conference. And I think he had a fantastic conference and he said all the things that needed to be said. And I don't understand what did Poch say that wasn't the truth. Chelsea has been the most successful English club in the last 15 to 20 years putting into trophies. And the outrage I've seen from Tottenham fans, 1. 2, last night on ESPN, they blasted him because they said that he is promising success. And as soon as things go south, his own was going to get him sacked. And the man said nothing wrong. The man spoke assertively. He said his intentions. And I mean, with one game per week, with his tactics, I think they could do very well, and I believe they really would touch top 5 based on coefficient because they have won the Champions League twice.
I think I looked already. I think I
Hey,
looked at already.
before you go, just hold up, just hold that thought one second. Yeah, Lee, man, every time, you know, it's all of, I'm just saying, out of context, me saying that sounds wild. Me calling you that on here could sound wild, innit? And if someone could just clip that and it sounds mad out of context, but I know you wouldn't feel away if I said anything. I'd already got clipped and taken out of context just last week. I ain't trying to go 2 in 2 weeks, but Lee, look, every single time.
Nah, fellas, you know that out of context Twitter account won't do you like that. You're not.
No, not out of context. Somebody else took me out of context. Or somebody else. Yeah. Somebody clipped something like when we was having a whole like debate and took like 15, 20 seconds, put the wrong caption, but it's like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? And that, like, you can't get me for what I'm saying, so you're going to take me out of context. So I'm like, I'm doing
you're doing the due diligence like Surfer does, because like I will call Surfer my nigga. He would never respond in like, because he knows why, but you know, he would laugh or whatnot. So like, why is he wouldn't call the, you know, not us. That's what Surfer to do.
Yeah, because I was saying, me saying that to him sounds wild if someone clips that. But
yeah.
I'm done right there. But yeah, go on, Jess. Say what he's gonna say. Go on. And see, I'm gonna get to your question.
Yeah, this was I want to go there as well. But I appreciate what you said. What you said for me. But also, what I want to apply as well. This is why I talked about people yesterday about the Spurs fans. Like the same way I look at Kane, if he goes to Chelsea, not thinking that he's a snake. In the same way, I just think Spurs fans are just hella emotional, and it's just football fans in general. Like
emotional.
I can't, because I view myself more as like I don't work on emotions. I work on logic. And Poch is never gonna sit here and say in a Chelsea interview, I still love Tottenham. He's not gonna do that. He's gonna like this is when you're gonna piss off guys like Carefree Louis, like. You're gonna piss off the guys like Carefree Louis, like shout out to Louis here, but you're gonna piss off you're gonna piss off all these Chelsea fans if you say I still have love for Tottenham. Like in the first interview, of course he's gonna do the best PR to make sure people are backing him. Like
exactly, Poch doesn't want Lewis and Fator on his case, man.
Oh yeah, that's as well. Like you don't want these people on your neck on the first day. Like you know how like him. Like I remember seeing videos of him, multiple videos. Talking about how Poch or how can they sign Poch. After the first interview, he's like full on board with the Poch thing now. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, you wanna, as a manager, you wanna always impress. And we gotta remember as well as Tottenham fans, Jose coached us literally. Wherever you hate him, no. He went to Tottenham because he said, fuck my morals towards Chelsea, I'm getting a good payment and that's how I can win them a trophy. Right. Even Tuchel, he would have come to Tottenham because why? Because we paid money. We just didn't want to go back to that approach of playing that football. So loyalty and all this nonsense, like, and then getting angry about that. And I said, listen, if you bother about all these things, then get off social media. I'll be honest. Just get off social media, because if you can't handle these things, then, like I said, it's not for you, fam. Well, that's simple. But yeah, you can go to the comments.
Tell you what, what happened to Jez over the last few days? It's a completely different Jez I'm hearing.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest, bro.
Right, a different energy in the group chat, you know.
What are you talking about?
I swear the interview dropped you like, I defend him now.
Oh yeah, of course. Because I don't get Tottenham fans who still are on this whole.
He's talking about fans who like him, innit? You know what I'm saying?
I don't get it. He's at Chelsea. What are you guys doing, bro? Like,
Jez, name names.
So weird.
Hey, don't let Prime trip you up. You know what I'm saying? And that. Anyway, let me get to this. So if Kane goes to Bayern, hypothetically speaking, and wins the Bundesliga, is the notion Kane ain't a winner narrative going to die or not? Yes, he won. It will die because he's won. Same way the whole narrative with Pep was, you can't win the Champions League without Messi. And he went and done that. The same way the whole, not even narrative, that was the facts of the matter. Up until he won the Champions League, just gone. He hadn't won the Champions League without Messi. Same way Messi had failed at international level. As soon as he won that World Cup. So you did the business.
Just to add to that as well, like if he goes to Bayern, it says to me that he's giving up the emotional connection with Tottenham to actually leave the club, and he's actually giving up on the record as well to go to another team and win a trophy. So yeah. If he does that, the whole winner narrative is there.
And C1 here, the thing is, it's not a trophy; it's trophies he could win. He could go there and win a treble.
Nah.
He could. Why could he not? Not in the first season. I'm saying over the next 3-4 years, we know how Bayern invest. The Bayern, even though they're not at their best, Bayern invest in the correct way. If they put a serious team around him, he could potentially win a treble.
Yeah,
they're favorites for the Bundesliga. They're favorites for the Pokal Cup. What is it? DFB?
Yeah, DFB.
Yeah. So you have go win that. You don't want individual because C1 mentioned it after that, and he was like, Kane's better than your faves. Everybody knows how talented Kane is. Kane's one of the best strikers in the Premier League right now, one of the best strikers in Europe, and has been. But you don't have the accolades to match. That's on you.
And Flawless, the thing people will use to defend Kane is that, he doesn't have the right team and environment around him. Bayern's top 3 teams in the world?
Yes.
You win it there, then that's
in Europe. Yes, it shows. Adding on to what Lewis
not
said.
This Bayern though.
It shows. This Bayern's still top 5 in Europe.
What do you mean not just
teams in them?
What do you mean not this Bayern?
No, especially when you add Kane
they
to
are, but I think the gap between 1 and 2 and 5 is
don't get me wrong. Yeah. We was having this discussion ironically on Battle in the North, and Matisse tried to do what Prime does to people and tried to trip me up when we was talking about United in the Champions League. I said Matisse tried to do to me what you do to people and try to trip people up the same way.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What
Bro,
did I ask all the questions?
This is what you do.
No. What did Matisse do?
So we were talking about Manchester United in the Champions League. And then someone that supercharged him was, Flawless, why are you so negative towards the teams in Europe are not even that good? And I said, take Manchester City and take Real Madrid out of it. I don't rate the teams that much in the Champions League like that. And then Matisse was like, so what are you trying to say? United going to win the champs or United top 4? I was like, whoa. Let's not do that. United are not top 5 teams in Europe. Let's cut the shit with that. But with there's a lot of teams like Taz has just said there, the gap between 1 and 2. I don't remember Europe overall being this weak. I look at Manchester City, they're out and out the best. Real Madrid have gone again. But take those 2 out of it, even though Bayern Munich I would put in the top 5, I don't think that this is one of the worst Bayern Munich sides I can remember in recent years.
Bro, let me put it this way. Over 2 legs, I think we have a chance of beating them. And we're not good whatsoever. Bro, their defense is shaky. De Ligt, Kim and Jay is good. Upa Maguire, bro, not good. Alfonso,
do you not think?
Hold on. Alfonso Davis is never there. What's his face? They don't have a right back. They don't have a right back. Their midfield stinks outside of Kimmich, and their attack they only have Coman. That's it. Sane is hit and miss. Europe he goes missing. I haven't seen this guy have a good season since I don't know when. Bro, their team is what Bayern are? Their team is ass.
This is the worst Bayern team.
And you know what? That's it. And this is the point I was making on that show as well. I was like, as bad as the teams are, I don't trust us. When I was saying this, I was saying I don't think United lose to these teams over 2 legs because them other teams are amazing. I don't trust us. I've seen us too many times, so especially with a couple of injuries, it's a wrap for us. For us to get past the Bayern Munich over a couple of legs, to get past the PSG over a couple of legs, to get past the Napoli, any team you would put in your top 5, top 8, all of our main and key players have to be fit. Because we've seen what happened when our key players are not fit. We lose to Sevilla in the fashion we did. If Varane and Martinez playing that game, we win that. Because Sevilla did nothing. We gave them their goals. We gave them their goals.
What you mean is at your best, you think you can beat maybe just about anyone?
With everybody, bar the top 2, we have. I won't say we will. I say we have a chance. So if everybody's fit and we
play the top 2, City and who else?
City and Madrid. If any of those 2, it's a wrap.
Okay, I know what you're saying. That's fair. But
I said it this past season. I said if you give Manchester United everybody fit, Inter Milan to run to the final, I think we make the final.
That's fair. What is that you said for us about? Said something like this year's teams in the Champions League isn't that strong or something like that.
No, I said so in Europe. I said in Europe, this is the weakest across the top teams in Europe have been in a minute. So this is the weakest league. A Bayern in a minute, a PSG, etc. Yeah, go on.
Do you not think it was weak a couple of years ago? I think when we won it, it was quite weak as well.
Yeah, I just think it's weaker now.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with Flawless and just like
Yeah.
Yeah, I think don't get me wrong. I think it's been weak for a minute when you compare it to like where it's been in the past. But when I look at it, take City out of the equation. Real Madrid, don't be fooled by it. Like even them, they won.
They can be
Champions League. They won the Champions League in a rebuild. That's not normal. That was a rebuild team because at the start of the season, nobody was like, "Yeah, Real Madrid are gonna go win the champs," and then obviously they went and done it. But take out, you know what I'm saying, Real Madrid. Take out Manchester City. I look at a Bayern Munich. PSG, we don't know how they're going to look. Napoli, everyone expected them to do better than they did. AC Milan, Inter Milan, Bayern Munich, not really there. Who else is there? I'm saying.
It's not. It's exactly. I agree. Like the quality team there. Like remember,
like you got Arsenal, you got Manchester United, who are both building. Who finished fourth? Newcastle. They're not going to go and win it.
And then when you go in France, you have obviously PSG.
Yeah,
and then you have Lens. Then you have Lens, and then when you go to Germany, you have obviously Dortmund, Bayern, and Leipzig, and Union Berlin. And then in Italy is also both Milan clubs, Lazio and Napoli. And Napoli lost like the best centre back, could potentially still lose a couple of players in midfield. Who knows? So it's like I agree. Like I don't think Europe has really been that strong ever since Madrid ended their three-peat, in my opinion.
Is it
because hold up 1 second, Prime, hold that thought and that larger Alam in the building first and foremost. Alam, what you saying? You good?
Big up, bro. Big up. What are you guys saying?
I saw that watching earlier.
Love, yeah. And make sure everybody, one of the mods, please put please put Alam's channel in, you know what I'm saying, in the chat. Go support the Sarcasm City TV family away from the channel as well. So make sure you subscribe to Alam's channel as well.
Road to 100, I'm 4 away.
Oh man, so there's over 90 of you lot in the building. He's 4 away. The link for his channel, put it in the chat, please, people, and make sure you subscribe to Lewis's channel as well. And yeah,
Lee, better have 80 likes as well, by the way.
Yeah, we're at 53. Let's bump up the likes, you lot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just under 100 of you lot in here. And I think was it Prime or Jesu was just gonna go. And yeah, Lee, I hear you in regards to talking about this with Harry Kane. And not only do I think he stays, this is all hypothetical. I think he stays at Spurs, and I think he signs a new deal as well. I think he's comfortable there.
Oh my!
I think he does.
Yeah, we had the conversation before, like most of the times. But Lewis, do you think it's that outrageous? That's to use some really outrageous.
Yeah, it does.
No, I mean outrageous in terms of how we know Kane as a person and how he's been over the last few years.
Okay,
not in terms of how you feel.
Forget that, dude.
No, because everyone's questioning his mentality and whether he actually wants to win trophies or not. That would confirm to me that he doesn't care.
Okay, then, Lewis. Yeah. What do you think? So, if you're a betting man, what do you think Kane does? Do you think he either moves? You know what I'm saying, this summer? Do you think he stays and then leaves on a free, or do you think he stays and signs a new deal?
I think he stays and leaves on a free and stays in England.
Okay, first.
Yeah, but he's got to have some sort of like desire to win trophies, because the only way he stays at Tottenham is if Postecoglou has some brazy first season at Tottenham and really manages to sell himself.
Of course,
but you know what's crazy?
Even then,
you know what's crazy about all of this is that Lukaku believes he is who Kane really is, pertaining to talent. Lukaku has the ambition. He doesn't have Kane's skill set. If you know what I get it, if they would have exchanged mentalities.
Alarm, check the private chat. Yeah, go on, Black Diamond.
You know, if they would have exchanged mentalities, and it says a lot about Kane. I mean, again, Lukaku believes he is who Kane is, and Kane doesn't, have the ambition or whatnot. But I want to go back to the league, the UCL being weaker, and put out a question there, because I was reading and somebody was saying that we've seen a resurgence from the Italian league because they all finished second place in Europe. And I say no. Is it that proportionally the monies in the EPL is reflected in the Champions League? Because buying Real Madrid is basically the English teams are being held as favorites. So is it definitely just about the money in the EPL, the strength? The financial strength.
Yeah, because they can go out and get the best players. So this is why I'll put this. Pep couldn't probably minus probably Bayern Munich, PSG, who are like financial juggernauts. Pep couldn't go and do what he's done at Manchester City elsewhere in terms of finance. Or actually, now I go one better. This is a better example. Arteta couldn't do what he's done at Arsenal in regards to spending that amount of money. Or Manchester United over the past 10 years us spending $1 billion. Like outside of PSG, has there been another club? I bet if you look at it in the Europe table, the English clubs in the last 10 to 5 years are the biggest spending. Don't we spend? We see it. Don't we see teams like we'll see a team like Brentford spend more money on a player than AC Milan?
It was Bournemouth in January. Like Bournemouth outbid AC Milan for a player, but the player didn't want to go to Bournemouth.
There we go. How's Keelan Navas ended up at Nottingham Forest? That shouldn't happen. Like that shouldn't happen. This is some football managers ended up at Nottingham Forest. Like no disrespect to Forest, but that you wouldn't have. I don't know. You wouldn't have Lloris leaving now, and he ends up at Empoli. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna end up. I don't know who finished bottom in the league of Serie A, but I'm just using as an or Lecce or something. Not gonna
respect Empoli.
Of course, he's Italian.
Hey, fuck Empoli.
Hey, fuck United as well.
Fuck you.
That's the most. That is the most random.
Yo. Let's move on. This fuck United thing ain't gonna run tonight. Understand what channel you're on.
Yeah, calm down. They already have him out, man. They're suffering enough. So let's leave him alone.
This channel's been invaded by Chelsea.
Yeah, that's true. And we're here for Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? We was here the entire season, man, innit? You know what I'm saying? It was beautiful.
That's all past.
Unfortunately,
that's why we had Mason Mount in midfield. That's why we had Mason Mount.
And I hope it's present in it because currently you got Conor Gallagher in your midfield. So you know what I'm saying? Let's not forget.
Gallagher staying is a worthy evil to get rid of those hideous twins.
Hey, man, just remember that on your fan cam on the first day of the season when you see Enzo Gallagher pin.
When you're 11 in January.
Remembering that Mountain Habits are out of my club and I will feel a lot calmer.
That is true.
You don't understand. That feels better than Kanye.
All I'm saying is here, when the debates on the timeline show up that Mount would have made that pass that Nkunku didn't make. I will be there for the timeline.
You think I won't be muting his name during Chelsea games?
When Rashford is caught offside due to a mistimed Mason Mount through ball, we'll be there.
It's crazy that you think Mount's getting on the ball to play through balls, man. We playing.
He's wearing your 7. Of course he's gonna be there.
No. He's there to run. We playing over the top. We ain't playing through the midfield.
Onana, deep line playmaker.
I got 2 questions. Ligana, when they get chance, flawless.
I got it with it. Let me. Hey, what's it?
Hey, he has to.
Wait, Alarm caught me off guard with that.
I fully understood what he was. I knew fully understand it.
I ain't even surprised me. It wouldn't. He said Onana deep line playmaker. It would not surprise me if Onana's playing. If there's a game,
that's what it is.
He attempts more through balls than Mason Mount.
Onana's going to be kicking it over the midfield the whole match.
Just kick it over.
Bypass the whole midfield.
Is Ligana still in the chat, flawless?
Yeah.
Hey, who by the way?
Oh Jesus!
Ligana, is he still in the chat?
Oh no,
I think he's still in the chat.
No, he's still there. He's still there.
I had 2 questions to him.
Yeah, before you get to them, 1 second, Black Diamond. Just want to big up Lee here because it says big up the Lee Gunner subs who come to show love from the community, post real ones. Hey Lee, I didn't even know you put me on your community page. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for putting me on the homepage. Hey, everyone, you should already be subscribed to Lee Gunner anyway. So make sure you head over there. You'll see me there in the coming season. So yeah, I'm gonna be over there on a regular basis. Me and Lee just haven't like patterned it and sorted it out like dates and whenever, but it's gonna be happening. There's over 100 of you lot now in here. Only at 59 likes. Like check 1 2 1 2. Let's get up to 80 likes and hit the subscribe button as well, man. Like we're only looking for 5 new subs. Get us to 7,145. I'm not sure how many we're on, but there's over 100 of you lot in here, and everybody has not hit the subscribe button. And continue to get your questions in. Members, I will get to your questions. So I'll start all your questions, and if you super chat, I'll get to it as well. But yeah, go on, Black Diamond.
Yeah, 2 questions, Liga now. 1, what is his expectations for Arsenal this season? Is the EPL a must? And 2, what does he think, or where does he think is Havertz's best position for Arsenal?
first. We'll let him to respond to that. Warrior J, I was going to get
I've
to
been
this.
spending 3 years trying to figure that out.
We'll
Here's some words
let him
of
respond to that. Warrior J says, Fred has now picked new agents. He could leave us. Fulham will bid for Fred, but also Saudi clubs want him playing a more important role is key in his future. That's from Fabrizio Romano.
Fred and William.
Somebody else mentioned it and was like, oh, should United sell Fred? And yes, you know what I'm saying? 110% we should. I'm not a fan of Fred. He has his uses, but is he good enough? No. And just because the other players around him in his area aren't good enough, they need to be moved on too. We need a whole new midfield. We've needed a whole new midfield. Fred, McTominay, all these men gotta go. Donny going to be on his way up. He's going to be back. And even the guy we signed, he should be sold. But we moved. That's a whole different conversation. But with Casemiro, Mount, and Bruno, that's not enough. That's only three midfielders. Like, we still need more.
Eriksen.
Fred's not good enough. Oh yeah, you got Eriksen in there as well. So we got 4. You can't go a whole.
Onana can play in the double pivot as well.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you might have to still. You know what I'm saying? You may have to still. It's like,
hey, to be fair, first ball playing ability, like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
he's gonna
He's only plays more composure on the ball than Mount.
Like, so yeah, like that being said, so that's why Amrabat or us being linked to other midfielders, I'm happy about, because we need improvements in that area. It's time to let all these players go. When I do the Man United tomorrow, I'll discuss it today further, but it's time for all these men to move on, man. Not good enough. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
all these players can go.
60 million for this scrub, bro. Holy shit.
Who?
Fred.
Wait, no, Fred was 50.
Fred was 50, fam.
It was 50.
Hey, you guys replaced him for the same price. It's all good.
56 million?
I thought it was 52.
I saw it on Transfer Market. That's what it said.
What was it? I thought it was 50.
It's 50 million.
It might have been euros.
Whether it's 50, whether it's 60, he's not good enough. It's time to be moved on, because Andrew Green's put in the chat said we should sell Scott before Fred. I prefer to get rid of both, but it's only the one I think we should keep Fred. No, get rid of them both. Why are we holding on to players who are not good?
Yeah, it was 60 euros.
Was it 60 euros? Yeah. Also,
that's crazy.
So yeah, it's time to move him on. He's not good enough. It's time for him to move on. It's a wrap. Show is over. It's done. Show's over, man. Like, he's not good enough whatsoever. Like, it's a wrap. Simple as that, man. Like, I don't get why people still defend Fred. Like, yes, we know what he's good at, what he's not good at, but it's over, man.
I remember the times when he was compared to Kante, man.
Lee Gunner says Havertz is shit, so probably right back in the dressing room. Nah, he's a false 9 in my opinion. My expectations are peak banter and a reality check. Although I demand the title, it ain't gonna happen, man. Fairs. There's a response to you.
Okay, Fairs.
Yeah, that. Let's try to go for the domestics. But
bro, why do
we'll
people
probably
just
them up again, which is
rep fucking ass players, bro? Why is there Fred
because people like to be different.
Bro, like, I never get it, bro. It's like,
no, because some people like to be
fans. Like, why?
Because some people like to be different, and some people just have terrible football knowledge, I should say.
Ziad called into the fan call-in show, bro. You should be there the next time he's there, and you can ask him straight up. Be like, "Yo, why are you?"
Respect Habibi.
Nah. He's a Ziyech stan, but you know what? He be making valid points.
Yeah,
Ziyech.
He's misunderstood, man. He's misunderstood.
Yeah, man.
He's awesome. I love him, but he can answer. That's what I'm saying. He can answer your question. He's awesome. I support him.
Is he Moroccan?
I'm not sure, but when he winds Surfer up on Lewis's channel, I think it's amazing every single time.
Speaking of, doesn't get ratted like that too.
Speaking of Morocco, congratulations! They won the under-21.
I ain't here for long, innit? I ain't here for fucking long, innit? I just need to get this shit off my chest because it ain't gone yet. I'm still suffering PTSD over this fucking signing, blood.
Yes,
it's giving me Nicholas Bentner vibes, bruv, but worse, bruv. But it's giving me Chamak vibes, but worse, bro. It's giving me fucking
29, to be fair.
Yo, let him.
Yeah, and he
bro, we legit have a glorified Chamak who can't score. That's how bad it is, bro. We have a glorified Chamak.
I mean, he scored in the Champions League final.
Oh, he scored in the Champions League final, yeah. Then when did he score after that?
in the Club World Cup.
Jeez, and then after that, give me more, guys. Because I know you can lift it off in one hand, bro. Come on, give me the other 3 goals.
His goal against Norwich was a banger.
3 goals against Barnsley, hat-trick.
Right, we're not
Oh,
doing
these great teams he scored against. Oh my
Goal
gosh.
against Madrid. Goal against
No.
Madrid.
But at least he's smiling a lot now.
Yo, we are not doing no Havertz Defense League. Nope. Not in the
At least he's
slightest.
smiling a lot now.
There's no do you know what I'm saying, bro? These men are trying to defend this player, bro. Nah, bro. These men, Havertz out, he's out. Oh, but Havertz has got this great compatibility, and Havertz is great in at watching the sky when the birds are flying by. Like, he's not happening, bro.
Bro, all you gotta do is just find his natural position, and you'll be fine.
And it's not his natural position's on the bench, bro. That's his natural position, bro.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. But like 65 million,
He's
that's
a
not
false
bench
12. He's a false
65.
12.
And Daniel, by the way, yeah, I know he's up for
12.
30 million Balogun, yeah. But I'm saying the reason why I said now I want him to get sold for 65 million because we fucking wasted 65 million on your shit. So yeah.
No, that's facts. Let me get to this from Adam as well. 3804 says, I just hope we try to squeeze more money from the Saudis for free. Yo, whether it's 20 million, that's a great price. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a great price for a player who's failed. I don't get why people think we're going to get players who fail and then boom. You know what I'm saying? We get big money. Yes, Mount and Havertz, there's exceptions to the rule. But more often than not, that does not happen. Where players, like, flat to deceive at their football clubs, especially United, which is on the biggest stage and is the most talked about. You ain't gonna be like, move him on. If we get 20 M's for him, cool. That's a good price. You know what I'm saying? It's like the whole
we've got a dog called Win, bruv. How fucking stupid is that, blood?
Say that again. What did you say?
Hey, you can lift him up at the end of the season.
We've legit did you not know that, Flawless? We've legit got a chocolate Labrador called Win at the training ground.
I didn't pay it too much attention, but I did hear people.
Bruv, we've got a dog in the training ground called Win.
Man's got a dog and a donkey.
The irony of the name itself makes me laugh, bro.
They're taking
it's basically a zoo. It's a zoo over there, bro.
The irony of the dog's name itself is a fucking joke. Like, bad. I've got nothing on the dog. And whoever named him Win, bruh.
Cam, it shows the winning mentality, man. You're
what winning mentality? We've just signed Kai Havertz. What winning mentality does he have, bruv?
That's trying to get you guys
right.
That's it.
Nope. Hey, this is not what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Nope.
It's like that's what I'm bro. This is the problem is here. We've become the second team to be worth over $1 billion. Do you know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for the season to end, yeah? I cannot wait for the season to end. When Arsenal, hopefully they don't fucking fail. I'd love to see him fucking, be successful in the Prem or, dream fucking chasing right now. You know what I mean? Shout out to Meatmill, UCL. But when the season ends and it all comes down to when Arsenal fails again, yeah, I want to see the fucking excuses these fans give out because we have no fucking excuse anymore, bro. We're worth over $1 billion. The only other team in Europe that's worth over $1 billion is Manchester City. So that means Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, all of these teams ain't even hit $1 billion yet. We are the second highest so-called fucking worthy team. Oh, I'm so pissed off about Havertz. I'm fucking
valued squad.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. We have no excuse anymore, bro. There's no excuse to this shit, bro. I mean, Ramsdale being the highest fucking goalkeeper is a joke beyond me. I mean, when I saw that list in the top 10, bruv, I'm taking between 6 and fucking 2 over Ramsdale all day, every day. Do you know what I mean? So, bruv, but yeah, man, at the end of the day, we have no excuses anymore, man. I can't wait for the excuses to come out. And when they do come out, yeah, this goes now, innit? So this goes to the people in the chat, all the fans and all the people on this panel. When we do fail by the end of the season, whatever banter, whatever jokes you want to ride, whatever it is you want to ride on Arsenal fans, leave me the fuck out of it. So when you're trying to banter me, just say, oh no, Cam, no, he was wrong. No, we'll leave him. But any other Arsenal fan, you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying, innit? Because I'm sick and tired of it, bro.
Do you want to know what they
we here know that all too well. Look like Babs. Babs went on this show and he guaranteed either the EPL or the UCL.
Yeah, because it's part of Babs' gimmick. That's why. And shout out to
Babs will
Babs
be able to handle the shots.
Yeah,
we wouldn't aim those shots at you, Cams. And we wouldn't aim those shots at Ligon either.
Yeah. Babs and Sam are the same. You know what I'm saying? They got the gimmick, say wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Whoever the rival's best player is, compare a player in said position to that, get views, get clicks. Both very knowledgeable, but both very aware of what they're doing. Both trolls, both love winding up rival fans, and it's a great thing to do, I suppose, and if you want to go that route. That's why when I seen got told about the Babs thing, it's like, it's not a surprise. Same way with the Sam. Sam gonna say Liverpool gonna win the league. He's just not said it yet. He keeps saying, "Oh, wait for the window." You're dying to say it, but you don't want to say it already because you know what happened with the Bellingham thing, and you know I ain't gonna let you forget. So it's like that's what it is. Babs gonna get he gonna guarantee something. What did you say, Black Diamond? He guaranteed the Prem of the champs. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
No
And the
surprise.
kickoff.
You know what I'm saying? And then when they don't, it'll just be full of excuses. But you know,
the excuses have already
So
started.
that's equivalent to you saying people wanting you to say Mount is going to be the greatest number 7 ever.
Yeah,
You ain't gonna do that shit.
Facts. Yeah.
If you want the clicks, you'd have done that.
Facts. I could have easily done that. And instead of 114 people in there, there'd be 314. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not like. I got no disrespect to him because I like them both. I got integrity in it.
The excuses have already begun, by the way, because there are people who've been saying, "Oh, it's their first year back in the Champions League in 7 years. What do you expect?"
Do you know what? With the Champions League, let them bring the excuses. I'm talking mainly about the Premier League, to be fair, bro.
No.
Like, yeah, of course, the Champions League holds weight, but I'm mainly talking about Premier League right now. Obviously, with the if we fail the Premier League, so if it comes to the halfway point and it just looks like we ain't gonna even, you know, we're not even in the same position we was in last year. Like, we're not even close to that. Then, bro, our only other option is Champions League. You know what I mean?
No.
That's when
so is they will use that no matter what happens. They will use being in the Champions League and playing 2 games a week, and these guys not experiencing that before, as an excuse as to why you're not challenging.
I don't give a fuck if they want to play. Listen, what you're saying, let them say that. Innit? At the end of the day, yeah. If you wanna be playing for Arsenal FC, bruv, I don't give a fuck what experience you have in the Champions League or not, bruv. You need to be up for it, bruv. I don't want to hear this. Oh, we were nervous. Nah, bruv. None of that bullshit, bruv. You are. I'll repeat what I've just said before. You are the second highest value team in the whole of the fucking world. There's no excuse for it, bro. There's legit no excuse for it, bro. That means any other team, like, at the end of the day, yeah, it might be our first year back in the Champions League for 7 years, but it's not like we haven't been in the Champions League. I mean, we didn't do fuck all in it when we was in it anyway, but do you know what I mean? We have what Arsenal fans like to flex, we was in the Champions League for 20 years straight, even though we only got to 1 fucking final and lost it. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, let them Arsenal fans flex that. Just like they still flex the Invincible Cup. It pisses me off.
Yeah. Whilst you're at Arsenal camps, have you seen the Gabriel Jesus interview?
What? When he was talking about Pep and that?
Yeah, Pep made him cry.
I'm Jesus. Listen, Jesus is my guy, and I'm on his side. Until he leaves, I'm on his side, innit? Then I'll be like, yeah, nah, he's a bit of a crabby.
Guys, let me get to this quickly. Paul says, "Voz, did you see the Arsenal coach / doctor has moved to United? Very good, apparently. It did pop up, but I don't know too much about it whatsoever."
That's why you see that doctor.
Yeah, go on.
He was the face of the injury prone era for the last 14 years. So good luck with that one.
Yes, hey, you know what? Never mind. I don't wish injury on players.
Somebody said he's going to save Martial's career.
Hey, but players, I'm saying players being injured could help us. You know what I'm saying? Because some of these first teamers I ain't really trying to see, but we move. Lee says, longest we've been without a trophy for a decade, but don't worry about it. Vibes are all good. 10% increase on a season ticket last 2 years. 6 games less, and can't let your family take your ticket anymore. That's outrageous. Paul goes on to say, Brighton the best club to recruit, but I'll just say this guy's name.
Dahoud.
All right, Dahoud didn't work out for him at Dortmund, but Bayer does with Brighton, very talented. Well, Brighton seem to be if Brighton are scouting the player and bringing him in, yeah, more often than not.
I disagree with the Dortmund part. Like, the issue with him is he had a bunch of injuries at Dortmund. That's why he didn't succeed to the expectations. But now he was still good for Dortmund regardless.
Lewis.
Whatever, like, I don't know. Like, Brighton have currently some good recruitment.
I knew it was you. You're a pagan, bruv.
What did I do?
Bruv, you know what you've done, bruv. Bruv, either change the picture or actually turn your camera on.
I can't turn my camera off. I'm topless.
Yeah, well then change the picture then.
Oh,
why, man? It's your new player.
Or put a shirt on, bro.
Oh man, you gotta get used to it at least.
Yeah,
I don't want to get used to it right now. That's the problem with it right now.
No, he started training today.
I know, I saw it. I was like, oh my god, the guy looks like a donkey even in the Arsenal game, bro.
He's happy to be there.
Lewis, don't act like we haven't seen Timo topless on this channel.
Yeah. And that was a one-off and will never happen again. Everybody keeps their
Wait,
clothes on.
why was Timo on the channel topless?
Because he was celebrating the Lakers. Actually, he was celebrating the Lakers.
The Lakers forced overtime. No, they forced overtime. They didn't even win. They just forced overtime.
Yeah, it was on the Twitch. But yeah, I told everybody in it, keep your clothes on.
Yeah, bro, we don't want to see.
It's wild you even have to say that. But...
Yeah, it's facts in it. I'm like,
it's not even the wildest thing you did, man, to show us.
Okay, let's not even go with that.
He put his foot in front of the camera once. It was disgusting.
Just randomly. Thank God the Twitch is there in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I swear he's done that on Lewis's channel as well.
Probably hasn't. You know what I'm saying?
The foot thing, not the topless thing.
I don't recall, thankfully.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is just gonna be a long fucking season, bro.
Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be a great season. And that being said, people, it is gonna be a great season. Don't worry, you will get watch alongs.
Yeah, it's great season for you lot, bro.
Nah, it won't. I'm just saying in general. I don't think it'll be a great season for us.
He's got Mount, bro.
I'm just saying in general.
Oh yeah. Me and Flawless are in the trenches together. You know what I'm saying?
So these Chelsea lot, they still got Gallagher fam and Kepa in goal.
You think Conor Gallagher's gonna be starting for us? Come on, man.
Gallagher's benching, bro. Gallagher's gonna be bench.
I can only go of what they've got right now. And currently, yes, Gallagher's starting.
Oh, but I heard Dele. Hey, listen, Flawless, you'll like this one, though. Yeah, Bob, you'll like this one. Apparently, Pochettino reached out to Dele Alli, bruv.
Nah, no way.
No.
I heard there was a report, that he reached out to Dele Alli, not to sign him, but to help him because he wants to know what the fuck happened to his career, innit?
Yeah,
I don't know if that's actually true. I saw a little link on I think it was Facebook, funny enough, bro.
Yeah.
Someone put it up, and I was like, I didn't believe it, but when I read it, I was like, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
But come, here's the thing: is we all struggling. They got Kepa in goal and still ain't got a number 9. Don't get mistaken. Don't think it's just because they shipped off some trash. Who's your number? Who's your say?
Nicholas Jackson.
Lukaku.
Nah, no.
Hey, fuck you, Jazz.
Hey, man.
I hope that
Nicholas Jackson, Madueke, and Mudryk, man.
Yeah, man. Jackson's getting 25 a season.
And Cam, on top of that, they have Kepa in goal. Let's not mistake that.
To be fair, we won the Champions League and didn't have a striker anyway. So, like...
Hey, yo.
You going to win the Champions League this year, though, bro?
Yeah.
No, but like, if we can do that, I'm sure we'll be okay this season.
Yeah, but you had Conte... Conte.
Hey, that's a low blow. Hold on.
Exactly. So this season, without Kante, without a striker, we'll be fine.
You don't have that quality or world-class manager.
Hey, just going off that League Gunner comment, yeah.
Werner, what quality?
No quality in the side.
Hey, just quickly going off that League Gunner comment, yeah. I've said it from day one.
Before you go, I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying, the manager you had and the defense you had and the midfielders you had.
Yeah, but I don't expect us to do anything. I'm saying we'll be okay.
Yeah.
As long as we get Caicedo, the midfield to be completed,
in finishing
we get
fifth,
striker, even better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who gives a fuck? You're talking about, like, these guys are talking about, like, oh, they're going to actually do something. Who gives a fuck if you finish fifth?
But this way, we'll still finish above you.
Yeah.
Oh, I expect you guys to finish above us.
I wouldn't be too sure, bro.
Currently, right now, as it's constructed, I don't know, yes, I'm very sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Add Caicedo in for us. I wouldn't be too sure.
Yeah, where's the goals?
You got more goals. You might
where's the goals coming from? Super Nick Jackson, bro.
You might got no goals.
Wait, we've got no goals.
No, when the Ukrainian Neymar steps foot next season, and
Flawless. Reece James without the belly fat and had 25 goals. Don't do that.
What I'm saying is,
25 goals, man.
His hamstring is like brisket, bro. That shit gonna fall off.
We're gonna be having Madueke and Saka debates in 6 months.
Oh my
Yeah,
days.
Nah, Lewis is not
All I'm saying
trolling.
is, yeah, if
By
the
the way,
Senegalese team
Lewis
was
is
Savage
just
actually
trolling.
going to do
Lewis is
something,
not
then I won't be there.
trolling.
Lewis is
What
not
makes you
trolling.
think I'm trolling, bro?
Lewis doesn't mean
This
it.
is not trolling. He's not trolling.
All we need is 6 months of semi-decent form and a massive PR train, and we're good.
Okay, then throw some
Hey,
Lewis
a
on. Throw some Lewis
PR
only.
train
No,
for
Johnson
Pasta
fans.
for Chelsea.
Hey,
No
hey,
way.
you
No
know,
way.
someone should do a before and after.
Ain't no way.
Like clip this part, and then like week like 17 in January, Lewis is going ape shit again. Like it's gonna be hilarious.
Throw some careful.
man, it's a new era, bro.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's gonna call Pochettino a C word, all that shit. Like
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "Watch
Yeah, what
out,
you be
fuck this
calling
guy,
mounts, I
shit, go back to Spurs, rah-ta-ta."
then he's gonna turn on
Don't-
Cucurella, you know.
Don't worry, Poch. It's not your fault. It's the players.
Yeah, then he's gonna call out the
Joe
players
is
again.
not
He's
a fair
gonna
reference,
call the players
man.
again when
I've
they have a
been
new
telling you,
11.
bro.
It's gonna be crazy.
All right, before we
It's
can,
not a
because
fair reference.
we're gonna
Yeah,
close
yeah,
out.
hold that.
Yeah, we're gonna close out in the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
5
hold
minutes.
mount.
So get your questions in it. Get your
Pause.
questions in.
That's the hold mount. Oh my lord.
Pause.
Well, yeah, that's a pause, look. Yeah, that's a pause. Okay.
Oh my
Pause,
God.
bro.
Yeah,
I
look.
can't disease pause was even crazy.
Still,
Hold
yeah,
the
yeah.
mount shut. Hold the
The
mount shut.
Saeed pause was
Pause.
hilarious.
Yeah,
If you
that was
go
crazy.
check people,
let's not-
wait. For anyone who hasn't seen the MUFC Unfiltered podcast yet, the last one we did last night, just gone. Make sure you go
What
check
happened?
that out on Saeed's channel.
Go
I think
to
you
last
really
video.
just go to the end. Just go
Yeah.
towards the end of the stream.
Ah, I saw it, bro.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
not down to
lord.
repeat it. I'm not down to repeat it.
But yeah, just go check
All,
that out.
all these content creators are always getting caught out, but not on Sarcasm City. It's funny.
You know, it's because there's people like you around.
Because
who
we
got-
smart, blood.
That's
We
right,
smart out here, bro.
So let's put the side clip under one of your comments on Twitter. It's
Say
right
that
there.
again. On who? On
I
what?
put the side clip on one of your comments when you asked, "What did you do?"
Oh yeah. I seen it. I was there. I know. You know what I'm saying. I was howling afterwards. I'm still laughing about it now.
Bro,
Like,
this is hilarious. Bro, I can't lie. The floors. You said that man low key.
How did I set him up?
No, bro. Like I can't like. See, the thing is, I knew what Saeed meant, but it's like, yo, it sounds crazy out of context.
Yeah, bro.
Because even
No, Flo, let's just see where you asked the question. You smile on your face like you knew it was coming.
Pause. Pause.
I had no idea he was
Everything's
going
closed now, bro. Oh my lord, this generation.
It wasn't
man.
me. People always trying to put it on me, yo. That was double A. You know what I'm saying?
Flawless.
No,
What
no,
you
I
accuse me of, you do the exact same thing. Don't do that.
No. They was going back and forth talking about biscuits. I didn't ask. I didn't say
No,
that.
you-
You know what I'm saying? I
I
didn't.
said,
wasn't
so
me.
you were asking, so you're not
just move
dipping.
on,
You
bro.
are
We don't
asking,
need to have
so
this.
you're not dipping your cookies into the tea. And
Yeah,
then,
I said,
then
do
he
you
said,
dip your rich tea in the tea biscuit in
then he said that.
your tea? And he said, I don't like tea. And then he was like,
Yeah.
Come on,
Move on.
Flawless. You may not be good at math, but you're a smarter man than you give yourself credit for. You know what you
Oh, Jesus. Yo,
Eh.
that's mad.
Hey, the sad thing about
Wait,
it is
got it, though.
Flawless got some laughing about it now.
that's the sad thing about it.
Flawless set him up. He knows what he done, bro.
I had no idea he was going to say that.
I have no idea what he's talking
But
about.
how can you even predict
What
somebody
you
would
talking
say
about? I
that?
never did nothing, bro.
And it's the way man ended the stream was well straight away, and that man was like, yeah.
Oh, he actually ended it there, bro.
Hey, literally straight away after he said it.
You can't end it like that, bro. Oh, you can't end it like that. Oh, you fucked yourself on that one, bro.
Oh my God.
Man said, oh, that's
Yo,
peak, bro.
here's the thing. There's no way to predict someone's gonna say that, right? Like, if I'm trying to like catch somebody out, that's not really a question I expect to even get the job done. Saeed, that's a crazy.
No, it kind. I mean, it kind of could make sense because if you're saying if you dunk your biscuits in the tea, if you don't dunk it, obviously the biscuit don't get soggy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Man said he didn't like tea.
Bro,
He doesn't like tea.
But then obviously where he fucked up was I don't like tea, and then just said what he said, didn't it?
Bro,
And then
he
W
asked him a
said,
yes or
"You're
no
in
question."
trouble."
Yo, he asked him a yes or no question. Man could have said yes or no, but he picked option C, which was the wildest shit ever.
Hey, Cam, so you like soggy biscuits, huh?
That's the crazy.
Hey, listen, I ain't want to shy away from a chocolate digestive dunking in my tea, bro. Don't get it twisted, bro.
Hey, where I'm from, soggy biscuits. Never mind.
Yeah, but I'm more talking like where you're from, bro.
Never mind. Hey, just move on.
I'm in the United Kingdom, bro. It's completely different, bro.
I have
Yeah,
no idea.
people be
But hey,
wilding out here.
yo, love to everyone who has locked in. Continue to bump up the likes. Get your final few questions in. We're closing out in 5 minutes, people. So get your final few questions
I'm
in.
gonna
Like seven.
bounce, guys, because I gotta eat.
Big up Jacob.
Love every time.
Shout out
I
Lewis.
think you bring up that league gunner comment quick.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
so
do. Give me
true,
1
bro.
second. I'll get to it 1 second. 76 likes. Get us up. Yo, 4 more, man. Get us up to 80 likes, people. Hit the subscribe button if you are indeed new as well. We're at 7,145. 5 more subs, man. Get us to 7,150 as well. Hey, big up my guy Rhino in the chat. And don't forget, people, this show and all the other shows on the channel are available on audio-only platforms. So SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV and it will pop up. We're just much more than the YouTube show, people. Also on all audio platforms. So if you want to listen while you're on your way to work, while you're working, you might be at the gym, cooking, cleaning, or you might just not want to have the YouTube app open. Type in Sarcasm City TV and this show and all the other shows on here, minus watch-alongs, are available for you lot to listen to and enjoy the content as well. And just quickly, Joseph, because you've been asking about this, what happened to the Manchester City, Manchester United show? Jan's not around like that. So that's why you don't get the Manchester United, Manchester City show, because of work. Obviously, if you follow her on socials, you'll see what she does for work. But yeah, she's not about. That's why you don't get the show. But I will bring it back at some point. I gotta find a City fan. That's the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not around.
Good luck with that.
That's what it is.
There's not a lot of them, basically. There's not a lot of them out there.
Like, if anyone who's a City fan, tell them call into the fan calling show so we can get a City perspective. And the City fans that do know work, like elsewhere, obviously you got Daps, who's tremendous, but never far he does his thing. He's also on what's it called? I think the lost train of thought. He'll do Big Six extra from time to time. He'll do Big Six from time to time as well. We're on Battle of the North together as well. So you're just gonna be getting very similar conversation because we're already doing a weekly show together. But salute to my guy Daps every single time. Because that's who I was gonna get for the show actually. You know what I'm saying? Was Daps because I was gonna do a United. Basically, I was gonna do the show that Matisse has now done, but then he reached out to me about that, and I was like, all right, let me just pivot. And I had already reached out to Saint, I'd reached out to that separately. I just never put the show together. So that's all it was. But yeah, love to everyone who has locked in. Big up Lee Gunner as well in the chat, as always. Always great to have a, you know what I'm saying, content creator legend in the building. He says, Havertz is misunderstood at Chelsea. This fan base deserve nothing but banner and embarrassment. They're a disgrace. The excuses this season are going to be unreal. 700 million and no pressure to win. Fairs.
Yeah.
That's fairs.
700.
Yes, 700 mil, bro. Listen, I'm telling you right now, this is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I hate about receiving my fan base, and I clocked it from years and years and years ago, bro. They always move the goalpost, and if they can't move the goalpost, they'll find an excuse why they can't move that goalpost. They can't just ever sit there and own up and say, oh yeah, no, we're being shit. Oh yeah, no, I can't. What can I can't defend that or whatever. You know what I mean? Like they'll do, but well, no, basically, what happened? Yeah, you know, because basically, and oh no, but you know, and it's just bullshit, bro. That's why I hate this fan base sometimes, bro. Because I said it, and Flawless knows me. I was saying it from the start of the season. I said it from midway through the season, and I said it right near the end of the season before we ended up fucking bottling it. I said Man City are gonna win this league, yeah. And I said it, and every time I said it, and I said it to an Arsenal fan, they looked at me like I've just insulted their whole family. What do you mean we're not gonna win? No, come on, man, we're not. I'm like, bruv, do you know you're an Arsenal fan, yeah? Yeah. How long you been an Arsenal fan? Or X amount of years. So you should know personally. In the last 20 years, we've bottled near enough everything. And you believe we're still going to go on and win the league?
Hopium. That's what it is. Hopium.
So that's why I'm done, bruv. This fam, bruv. Look, like I said, yeah, if we win it this year, I know we're not, but if we win it this year, cool. I'll hold my hands up and say, all right, cool. We got what we wanted, but I'm not going to be fucking. But the problem is, them same fans are going to be like, oh, well, you was negative and you shouldn't be allowed to celebrate. It's like, bruv, what do you mean, bruv? Man, I'll just tell them straight in the face, shut up, bruv. What do you mean, bruv? So what? Because of one season that I've been wrong, fair enough. That still proves that the last 19 seasons are just what? They haven't happened?
Were you being told that you're not invited to the parade?
Bro, whether I was invited to the parade or not, I would have gone, bruv. Who's stopping me, G?
That's what I'm saying, like these people are so weird. They're trying to I was right. Like Bro, that's just so weird from like.
You know what the funny thing is about the I was right, I told you talk. Like, let's say a player is asked, like, let's say Sancho, right? Let's say he becomes world class next season. Very unlikely, but just assume that. So people, the Sancho stands are gonna be like, see, I told you he was gonna be good. See, you guys were all wrong. Oh, I was always right. Blah blah blah. So they'll try to act like he was playing. Let's say he's world class next season. That he's been playing world class for the first 3 seasons. Like, no, yeah, he's been good this time, but he was still ass before. Like Jack Grealish, like he had a better season. I still think it was great, but he had a much better season this season than last year. But people still try to say, "Oh no, he was still the same player last year." No, the fuck he wasn't. He just became good this year. So just because a player turns around doesn't mean that they weren't ass before. Like I hate that.
As Peter says, Bataza, as Peter says, results-based analysis.
It's so true, bro. Also, yeah, that's so true as well. But I've been saying it as well, bruv. I've been saying, bruv, if Arsenal's PR, yeah, was a football team, we would coast every fucking competition like no tomorrow, bruv. We'll be undefeatable, bruv. Because our PR team is so great, yeah. It's the best, bruv. It's the best PR, bruv. Shout out to our PR team because they are the best at gassing the Arsenal fans, bruv, and making them believe like they are the best of PR, bruv. It's just a shame that the team can't replicate the PR, bruv.
Maybe Mount should have joined Arsenal.
Oh, don't, bruv. Oh, my
PR actually makes sense.
All right. But on that note, we're going to close out. Love to everyone who's locked in. Make sure you check out the upcoming live stream schedule on the YouTube channel. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule. We're back today, 4:30 p.m. UK time, Monday Night Podcast. So I'll be talking all things Manchester United. And then midnight, doing the most, which is the Premier League transfer show. That's at midnight. On the Twitch, you probably won't get anything tomorrow, but then obviously Tuesday and the rest of the week, you'll get all the usual shows. So your Monday United, all the crossovers, Manchester United, Liverpool, Manchester United, Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea, Spurs, alongside the Q&As that you get during the week, as well as the fan calling shows over on the Twitch as well, people. And I'm bringing back the boxing show as well. Big fights, big nights only podcast. So that'll be back. Before about, so we're gonna run it Fridays. It'll probably be like 12:30 a.m. That's the UK time, people. That'll be over on the Twitch. I'm bringing back the boxing show, so you'll get previews on the Friday, and then recaps will either be the night of the fight. So if it's in the UK, or if it's not too late in the US, you'll get previews. You'll get the recaps, and then Sundays and Mondays you'll get recaps as well. And there's a lot going on in the boxing world, so that's why I'm bringing that show back. And just to talk about, obviously, AJ White, you got Usyk Dubois, Spencer Crawford plus more. So yeah, love to everyone who's locked in. Big up to Lee Gunner in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to Alam's channel, Lewis's channel, Ahmed's channel as well. Support all the gang you already know. And this has been the Sarcasm City Sports Q&A live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in.
Fuck, I have it.